Hello everyone. In this video, I will be briefing you about IS5803-W3A, which is info capstone related one, information system related one. And for information system research document, we will be working on research methodology as a part of this section. So you will be understanding what kind of research methodology we will be implementing while conducting an information system research. So here I have provided you some sort of clear documentation structure. Please follow that and make sure you write everything in 700 words. Here I have given it for 800 words, but reduce methodology section to 400 words and finish this section in 400 words and remaining all three in 100 words. It will be done. Okay. So I won't expect anyone to write more than 700 words. It should be less than 700 words. That is maximum. If you write more than 700 words, it is not acceptable, and your 700 words should will start from introduction section and ends with conclusion section. We will be excluding the references section and top sheet. These two will be excluded. So your content between introduction and conclusion ending should be 700 words maximum. Okay. So now let us start understanding the different sections and concepts associated with the research methodology paper. First point here is introduction section, which consists of 100 words. So please start briefing about your selected capstone project. You already worked for last two documents, so make sure you give brief introduction of capstone project. Next, mention your research problem and objectives. Make sure you work on it properly, because objectives, most of you people not follow the SMART objectives rule. Your objectives should be time bounded and measurable and achievable. So say for example, I say that my objective is creating a website which will be helping organization to increase its customers by 10% in next 3 years. That is very clear, time bounded, and which is measurable and achievable. All these elements should be covered in that one. Okay. So make sure you make enough corrections to your research problem and objectives following the feedback. Next one is working on mentioning what is the chosen research methodology. You will be mentioning mixed research as your chosen methodology, and write this 3 or 4 lines of work at the end of your document after completing everything, because this is very tricky one. If you write this one, you will understand about your research methodology more effectively. So make sure you work on this first. Then then after completing this section, then you write down this one. Okay. So as of now, we will be using mixed research methodology as our research project. Already we worked on mixed research methodology for last two documents. You already mentioned it, you know what it is, but I want to explain it here very clearly. See, when we are proposing some sort of research, maybe like we are creating some sort of information system, for that we are supposed to start researching about some sort of information regarding the what project you are implementing, how it will be implementing. A lot of things we have to collect. A lot of data we are supposed to collect, interpret, and we are supposed to come to a conclusion that the proposed research is a good one and it will be helping the organization for which we are doing it. So, what type of research methodology we need to select? It ensures the success of your project. So, before, say for example, if you select an inappropriate framework or project, it is not possible for you to conclude your project. Say you have two people, and if you conduct a survey, you will get inappropriate result. And if you have thousands of people, and if you conduct a interview, time will not permit you. Okay. So when you have only very less number of people and you got responses from them, the possibility of getting biased data is high. And if you have more number of people and if you want to interview them, it will be a wrong selection. So selection of your research methodology is very important. And if you go with a wrong selection, you will come with inappropriate results. Say for example, I will quote you some example here. So this is one small sheet. Um, where it is this one. Okay. Say for example, here we have some sort of data, and we are conducting research on 10 people. Okay. So these are 10 people. These 10 people we are asking. So like if you say that one is very good, two is good, three is not good, like this. If you take like maybe five is very good, 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5 is good, and three is moderate, two is not good, one is very bad. If you take like this, So if you say like everybody, you have only two people, and I will remove all these things. You have two people, and two people, so one person said that five, and one person said one. So it is very difficult for us to come out with a solution. It is a neutral one value that is giving. If the same thing, if we conduct for 10 people, okay. So if we conduct it for 10 people, what happens? Say one guy said four, one guy said three, one guy said maybe five, one guy said three, one guy said five again, maybe five, four, five, four, like this. So when you do this, the possibility of getting average value, better average value and better data is high. So when you add up more number of people, the possibility of getting better result is high. When this kind of thing gets, so when we are using survey method. So when you have more number of people, you cannot conduct interview method, because for each person, if you take 10 minutes time, it is not possible for you to interview 110 people with 100 minutes. Maybe 100 minutes we take to conduct interview with each and every guy for repeated two times. If the sample size is 1000, it takes 10,000 minutes of time to conduct interview. We should schedule appointments. A lot of difficulties will be there. So when the sample size is big, it is a optimal thing to go with interview method. And when the sample size is very less, so if you take an organization structure, when you take so consider that this is your organization structure. So whatever the organization you are implementing some sort of application, if this is the size of your organization, if you want to talk to your board of directors or general manager or like CEO, there are only three people. It's the optimal thing to go with interview method, and we can talk to them directly, and they will provide a lot of information, and we can interpret and come out with some sort of result. So in that area, qualitative research is good one. We can go with interview method, and we ask some questions. They say their ideas, and from that ideas, we will be extracting some sort of knowledge and presenting it. But when come to these many people, talking to these many people and scheduling appointment, because they will be busy with their day-to-day work, and they should schedule some sort of appointment. In that case, what happens? It takes a lot of time to interact with each and every case. So what we do, we create a survey questionnaire and post it to them. And by understanding, by getting the responses on questions, we try to use some sort of statistics, and we evaluate and produce some sort of results related to that. It is very important to understand the directors or like the senior product owners or project owners perspective, and what is their purpose of implementing the project, what how positive they are towards the uh, implementation of project. We need to talk to them directly, so because see some people will be having very less interest to initiate the project, okay. So in such situations, what happens, the project that is started might be stopped after certain period of time. So to understand their interest or their expectations, what kind of goals they are having with respect to the project we are implementing, it is very important for us to conduct interview with the top level managers, and to understand operational level issues, what difficulties they are experiencing. Do they are these people really require software to be implemented or not? What kind of doubts they are having, what kind of fears they are having, what kind of positive attitudes they are having towards the new technology. To understand all these elements, and in addition to that, to understand operational issues where they are having lags, to understand all these elements, we are supposed to create a survey and ask certain questions to them. Because of that, what happens? We can reduce their fears, we can handle resistance to change in the organization. Okay, so a lot of issues can be handled properly. So these two things are very important. So according to our requirement, what research methodology we are using? We are using mixed research method, and as a part of qualitative research, whom we will be interviewing? We will be interviewing with top level or employees of the organization. These people we will be interviewing, and we collect data related to the project. And regarding operational level information, what we do, we apply qualitative research. We talk to employees, customers, general public about project and how we are supposed to do. Okay, so these two are very much valid to successful implementation of the project. Only from doing this requirement analysis research, we can get some collective information regarding requirements that are required for the project and the organization. Okay, this is very clear, I guess. Another important research that we will be using is literature research. So if you cross-check your old documents, after giving initial aims and objectives, we did some sort of literature research. What we did as a part of literature research, we try to identify some sort of applications and some sort of research and journal articles which will be helping us to understand more better way about proposed application and how it will be going to benefit the organization. So we cross-checked how important it is an appointment booking system for an organization, how important it is to implement some sort of HR system for the organization. This is all done by using literature research, and it is very crucial thing to get knowledge about a project, what are market expectations, how things going. A lot of information can be understood from the literature research. So we usually do literature research, then we apply qualitative and quantitative research method. So we call the whole process as a mixed research method. So what we mentioned, we explain the selected research methodology. So explain what is mixed research methodology and detail why it is important, how it will be addressing the capstone that has to be discussed. Repetitively listen this video, you will understand. Just go back 3 4 minutes back and just listen it again. You will understand why it is important. What is the purpose of conducting literature research? What is the purpose of conducting qualitative research? What is the purpose of quantitative research? Okay. Overall, in simple word, to reduce the biased nature, to understand what are the key requirements of the project, and to ensure what are the good practices to successfully implement the project, we are supposed to do all the three elements. Okay. So it's very important. So there is one more approach, system testing approach, that is also used by the software developers to test expected requirements and evaluate the results that are achieved, and based on which we will be concluding the implemented system is good or not. For that purpose, we will be using system testing approach. Read about these four, and I want you people to at least you are supposed to mention qualitative and quantitative research. First, mention about mixed research. In that, mention about qualitative and quantitative research. If you want to mention about literature research and system testing research, you mention them exclusively. Like in the same area, you mention it separately. Okay, so not under qualitative mixed research, it is a separate research. Got it? So these four, among these four, write any three. So I want you to write at least two, and if word is not generated by you, just use another one more research approach. Okay, so that's how we are supposed to write. Next one is problem solution. Same thing. So whatever we discussed here, from that we extract some sort of brief and how the research methodology will be helping Capstone to complete achieve its objectives that has to be discussed here. Very simple thing. So you can understand when you complete this one effectively, this is a very easy task. You can straight away write it. And finally, we will be summarizing all the important points that we have covered in the project. We start mentioning what is our project and how it is implemented, and by selecting the research methodology, how it is going to help the process that has to be properly explained. Okay, maintain APS 7. This is all from my side. All the best, team. Thank you. So make sure you listen to these videos and complete it properly. Thank you.